You may not have noticed it yet, but I'm including a lot more positive stories on the channel. It's more difficult to do, to be sure, because, well, there's not often good news. Most of it's bad, or something that's just completely blown out of proportion. Now, I'm not changing my coverage per se, I'm just going about it differently. That doesn't mean anything will change really, other than you're going to get some positive stuff more often, because I think that's important. I actually like the idea of finding positive stories from time to time, and I actually have a great one on this Tech Tuesday. Entry-level, high-quality VR headsets are very difficult to come by. And of course, you have offerings like Oculus, but that comes with a very hefty price point, and that's before you add the heavier price point, which is you have to use Facebook. So I was actually overjoyed in the last few days, the last 2 weeks, when I started to hear about a new iteration of a very comfortable, much lighter version of a undercooked headset that is coming from a major manufacturer. It's going to be a major upgrade. Introducing the PlayStation VR2. It's a new version of the PSVR headset with some amazing specs. It's completely fresh with a similar look, but I think it's going to be a major step up. Here we go. If you want to see some amazing gameplay, you can always look at the Horizon series. They do it right. But they've been working on something very special recently with a brand new protagonist, and you can actually see a trailer for this new game right now. It's called Horizon Call of the Mountain. More importantly, this announcement was paired with a teaser trailer for the new PSVR2 headset that you can play this game on. And it looks amazing. Based on the specs of the headset and, from what they're telling you in that teaser, well, and obviously the look and feel of that game, we finally have something that's somewhat more affordable and more comfortable in the VR headset market. The headset itself is supposedly quite slimmed down, featuring a more comfortable face band or padding, along with, the same kind of design as its predecessor, which made it a much more comfortable headset than most. Comparing it to my first generation headset, actually, this new headset is going to be much lighter, and it's going to offer a lot more freedom as well, which is really important in VR. It's key. Freedom. The ability to move around with limited restrictions inside the space that you're operating. This headset features an inside-out approach, which means there are no exterior sensors or cameras or lighthouses or anything else. That's another major upgrade. It also features a single, detachable cable that's also replaceable. That's one of the main weak points of the previous headset and many others. Multiple wires that are bulky and limiting. Again, freedom is the key, so fewer wires, fewer points of failures. There you go. It's also very handy when you're setting up or taking this thing down because there's not a lot of steps to do so. It kind of configures itself very quickly based on the teaser trailer and a lot of information that's out there. And I'm actually pretty stoked, to be honest with you. I like the idea of being able to move it around more easily as well, with a couple of connections to my PS5. Now let's get down to some brass tacks. We finally have a mid-tier 4K display, OLED as a matter of fact, in front of each eyeball. And did I mention that it has eyeball tracking? Well, we'll get there. The headset, like the revamped controllers, feature haptic feedback, so it's going to increase the realistic feel of the world you're in. That's right, it'll buzz, it'll shake. If you get hit with something, you're going to feel it. That's unique, and I think it's wonderful, and I can't wait to try it out. And the controllers, well, they're just like the new breed of controllers. They feature finger sensing, which means you're actually going to be able to feel when you're grasping objects. It tracks your fingers, so when you close your hand around something, it does it in the virtual world. That increases that realism that you're looking for to get completely lost in this environment. That's key. Moving on from there, of course, the headset also is keeping its spatial audio abilities, which allows, the programmers to actually drop sounds where things are in the game. That's incredibly important. It allows for, let's say, you to hear a creature trying to stealth in behind you when they're stepping on leaves or branches in the background. Also alerts you to, a particular direction where maybe enemy fire is coming from and things like that. I love that. And let me tell you, spatial audio does change the game. That's why gamers always wear high quality headsets. It's why they are always investing in surround systems for cinema and things like that. There is one downfall here, however, and that is this headset will not be backward compatible with old VR titles from the previous generation. That's a major disappointment for consumers like myself who already own VR versions of a bunch of titles like Skyrim VR. This is actually the only disappointment I can find, but it's a big one. Now, the final piece of the puzzle, and this may be a stumbling block for some, the price. So far, there's been no confirmed price points for this new headset. The bundle will likely go for somewhere between $500 and $600 US. That's a considerable up punch from the $200 headset that is available now. One of the reasons for this increased price is clearly going to be the eye tracking tech that they are licensing from a third party. So, you're going to be spending a little bit more for this in the initial stages. You also have to consider that you have to have a PS5. So that is a steep price of entry. If you already have one, you've already spent that $500, $600, that's fine. If you don't, that adds to the cost of getting into this gig. So, putting the price aside, you can look forward to this new system available in the beginning of 2023. At least Sony's moving that direction, and that's based on reports around the marketing cycle. So, save your Christmas cash if you're in the market for one of these handy-dandy little devices. It sounds like you're not going to be disappointed, and yours truly, well, I'm going to own one as soon as I possibly can. It sounds like just the gameplay for the Horizon Call of the Mountain might be well worth it, but your mileage may vary. And now we're to the point of the video where I ask, what do you think? Is this the type of headset that's something that you've been looking for? Would this change your mind about VR gaming at all? Is this a effortless setup and takedown intriguing? That's a big one for me. And would you be willing to buy a PS5 to make use of the system? Well, you would have to. So please feel free to use the comment section down below, and hopefully we can have a dialogue about this, because this is one of my little, interests, right? This is one of the things I focus on is VR gaming. I think it's ripe for expansion, and unlike 3D, I think it's here to stay. But hey, again, comment down below. With that, be sure to support other independent creators out there. There's a bunch of them. A lot of people talking tech and business and entertainment, pop culture, etc., etc. They can use your support. They aren't supported by the mainstream media. They're not supported by the platforms they're on because, well, they do a better job. They don't want to highlight us, and that's why we need your help. So when you like, you share, you comment on a video, you're really, really helping those creators out. And of course, if you're subscribed, well, that's a big deal too. So be sure to take care of yourself, of course. Take care of others. Wash your hands because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye. Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.